Okay, hit it.
All right. So, from day one, I'm not going to say day one, but from earlier on in my life, I always had a thing about trying to be myself and not change who I am with different people that I interact with. So I keep a consistent personality. For whatever reason, fucking guided from fucking the universe, from whatever, I always felt a need to kind of keep it real.
Mm-hmm.
All right? And everybody around me was like, why are you always trying to be the same? Or why are you trying to be a funny cunt with this person or whatever the fuck? All right? Like, it's not appropriate. Okay? And I'm like, go get fucked. Then I was like... So I was always putting these challenges to kind of like, yep, Ken, you got to be different. You know, you're talking to the teachers at school, you got to be one way. You're talking to fucking someone you just met, you got to be another, or someone with authority. Blah, 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 blah. All right? But I just didn't feel the need to adapt, to give this person what they expect. And I feel I speak to a lot of people, and a lot of people, for instance, there's a lot of people out there who've got problems with social settings. Where you go into a party where you got too many people you got to fucking blend with. All right? It's almost like public speaking. They're trying to anticipate what this person expects from them.
Yeah, you got to work the crowd.
You got to kind of work the crowd, but you got to give the individual what they expect, as in how you're going to be or how they want you to be.
You got to suit them.
You got to suit them. Now, this is a mental thing that's that comes from, you know, wanting to be accepted and wanting to please the crowd.
Spot on.
All right, and I understand it as far as like, you know, if I bumped into like a cop when I was younger, I understand he's a cop, right? I'm not gonna tell they can't fucking go get fucked. All right, I'm gonna talk to him like, yep, righto, because usually I was doing some weird shit, and you know they're pulling me up on that, and I'm gonna try to, you know, I want the least amount of resistance. I don't want no problems.
Of course.
So you kind of comply with the situation. You talk to them like, yep, righto. You don't try to be too much of a funny cunt.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I said some weird shit. But the point is, I always tried to be myself. Now, I saw my other friends change with every person they spoke to. And they were like, yeah, I'm not gonna just start, you know, swearing and fucking being disrespectful and all that. But I'm trying to say, it's got nothing to do with that. The reason you're changing to suit other people is because you want to be accepted by those people.
Guaranteed.
You don't need to change, all right? If they're not down with you, they're not down with you. In simple terms, you got to be cool with being who you are, like with everyone else. I mean, and first, obviously, you got to find out who the fuck that is. But you got to be cool with it, as far as like, it doesn't make a difference if you just be you and that person, like, our minimum requirement to interact with other human beings is respect. That's always the case. You give people respect. It doesn't matter if you talk fucking like this, or you got a little bit of a slang, or you got a fucking accent. All right. You just be yourself. That's the message here.
Spot on. Yeah, look, I used to be that person. I used to be the opposite of you, the person you're describing.
Okay.
So I used to be the person that, now, unconsciously, I was trying to please people.
Of course.
Consciously, obviously, I wasn't aware of it. I was just being me. And yeah, in every situation, I would act differently or present myself or talk differently with different people. So if I was at school, now I used to give my teachers a bit of grief. I wasn't a A+ student. I wasn't a well-behaved student.
Yeah, you were fucking around at school, yes.
Okay, so,
correct.
But I'd speak to them with respect, obviously, in a certain time, with a certain tone. The same sort of tone, let's say, you're using with a police officer. You get pulled over, as you said, and you want least resistance. You want to get the fuck out of there. You're not hanging around and trying to be a gangster.
No.
Because this is who I am. Just fuck off. One of those. Then with my friends, depends which group I was hanging out around with. Generally with friends I was the same, but with one you have to be a bit more staunch gangster type. The other type you be more, sympathetic.
Especially when you first meet someone,
Of course.
like from another group or whatever.
Yeah, you have to be this person.
You got to give them fucking something for that first impression.
Exactly. You gotta wet their beak a bit.
Correct.
You gotta impress these people.
Yeah.
I wanted to anyway, for someone to walk away and think like, fuck, John's a mad cunt.
Yeah, who is that guy?
Yeah, I could see myself being friends with this guy.
He's fucking mysterious or something.
Yeah, exactly. It's mysterious. What's a good quote or something? Who the fuck knows? Anyway,
Yeah. It's a natural thing that you want to do.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get it, 100%.
Exactly. So that was a thing for me, and I remember you were talking about being on stage, talking to some people, friends and family would be in the audience, strangers, public speaking, Toastmasters, something like that. And when I'm addressing the crowd, I wouldn't know who to address because I've been all these different people.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't know how to frame it. And going back to the question, who am I? At the time, I didn't know who I was because I was all these different people. Very similar.
Very similar, yeah.
Yeah, but different to some extent. But yeah, getting to a point that you know who you are and doing what you're doing, and bravo for that, is just being yourself every time. Don't change who you are to suit the crowd.
Or use that as an indication to show that why am I motivated to do something like a little bit out of my character? Now, I did the same shit you did, but to a different extent. Like maybe I'd use humor, trying to be a funny cunt to kind of
break the ice, or get somebody
get the one up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Be remembered
something because I'm naturally a funny cunt. I could that's I can put that out there.
Yeah.
But
to be more accepted, be liked.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, bravo. Yeah, that's what it is. Use like my talents of fucking humour.
Charm these people.
I'm charming cunts with fucking humour.
That's it.
All right. Now, you could say, oh, that's not a bad thing, but depends how you use it. I mean, as in, depends what you need it for. If you're using it because, all right, you're going to, let's say, a job interview, or you want to really connect with someone on a authentic, on a real level, all right, and you're like, cracking a joke to break the ice, then that's cool. But if you're doing it because you're like, this is how I stand out, this is how,
bravo.
It's now the skill overall is good.
Of course.
The skill to be a chameleon and blend with different people
is also good.
It's fucking good.
Yeah.
But if it's coming from a place of insecurity, I need to be accepted, blah blah blah.
That's the difference.
That's where it's fun.
Yeah, it's not the skill that's a problem. It's what's come from behind it.
Correct.
Yeah.
And sometimes that can be overwhelming for motherfuckers. Like, I know some people who sometimes, if they know they're invited to a party, these people don't want to go to the party because they're like, there's too many people there, and it's like it's too overwhelming in a sense. It's like they feel like any kind of social gathering is one big public speaking gig. It's like kind of that style. It's too much for them.
Yeah. They have to come up with the goods.
And that's why, some people are extroverted, introverted, fucking bullshit.
Spot on.
All right. Yeah. I like being on my own, but I don't give a fuck if I'm around people too.
Same here.
Yeah. But some people are like, mate, I'm on my own.
Yeah, I'm not good with crowds. Yeah.
I'm not good with crowds. That's a cop-out as well.
Yeah, exactly.
The fuck, you're not good with crowds. Take it easy.
Exactly.
You're not good with yourself. That's what's really going on.
Exactly. The confidence. They're not confident in yourself.
Correct.
That you're producing the goods that's needed, that you can talk to these people, you're amongst people, and you need to come up with some creative conversation. You're not going to be creative enough. You're not going to be accepted, really. That's what it comes down to, as we said before, being accepted.
That's right. And these things show you that, there's in some way you don't accept yourself. You don't, they're just signs to reflect on yourself and change that. Now, for me, this pops up, just to wrap it up, as like a highlight to take away, I don't like this weakness, I don't like this chink in the armor type thing. These things are like, it's like you don't have that survival knife that you needed to cut or fucking do something, you know what I mean, in the wild. When you're limited and when you need approval from other people, these motherfuckers run your ass. And that's why I seek to change that, and that's why I don't want to be like that. I want to be cool with me.
Yeah, you want to rock up to the fucking party like you're fucking Rambo.
Correct?
Okay? You're fucking geared up. You are the person, you know that the cunt is going to do the job.
That's it.
With the artillery, got everything, you're ready to go, and then, yeah, bring it to me.
That's it. I don't need no kryptonites and shit.
That's it. You want to know that you're that person.
Correct.
Another good one.
Another good one, yes it is.
Great lesson.
That's it.
That's it today.
Bravo.